morning and welcome to the Morning Expresso by the Indian Express. My name is Rahil Philippos and let's get you started with today's big story. Charting a course unlike most other global central banks, the Monetary Policy Committee of the Reserve Bank of India left several key policy rates unchanged and retained its accommodative stance to support the uneven economic recovery in the wake of the coronavirus pandemic. The RBI kept the Repo rate, or the rate at which the RBI lends to banks, unchanged for the 10th time in a row at 4%. Reiterating the central bank's concerns about cryptocurrencies, Reserve Bank of India Governor Shaktikanta said that these are a big threat to the country's macroeconomic and financial stability, and also warned investors that these cryptocurrencies don't really have any underlying asset. And now for our stories exclusive to the Indian Express. A company co-owned by the cousin of former Maharashtra Home Minister Anil Deshmukh is being probed for alleged payments of rupees 10.9 crore that the ED believe was routed through the NCP leader through a string of firms, records reviewed by the Indian Express show. The company being probed is owned by Satyajit Deshmukh and is a subcontractor to US-based Louis Berger, the project management consultant for the Versova-Bandra Sea Link. And now for our stories from the front page. In October last year, nearly 2 months before the hijab controversy erupted across Karnataka, two students at the forefront of the agitation joined an ABVP protest against a rape in Udupi's Manipal and drew the attention of the Campus Front of India, the student organization affiliated to the radical outfit Popular Front of India. The Indian Express visited ground zero of the protest to piece together the sequence of events and found a blend of political rivalry and students' resolve for right to choice that sparked subsequent protests. The Supreme Court has directed the reinstatement of a Madhya Pradesh woman judicial officer who resigned in 2014 and alleged sexual and work-related harassment by a judge of the High Court. She said that her resignation could not be misconstrued as voluntary. The order, however, denied that she will be entitled to back wages but will have continuity in services with all consequential benefits with effect from July 15, 2014. Next up are our must-read stories. My life is so precarious, no stay permit and no admission to a university. Jalaluddin Akbar echoes the sentiments of many other Afghan students who, like him, are caught in a grey area. Their visas have expired and their savings are fast depleting while they struggle to get a scholarship and admission to another academic program in India to stall their return home. After the Taliban takeover in Afghanistan, India permitted Afghan students who have recently completed an academic program to apply for scholarships for further studies. While some were lucky, others, like Akbar, are yet to arrange financial aid. In 2019, the Union government issued a notification on the eve of the 550th birth anniversary of Guru Nanak Dev for the release of 8 Sikh prisoners and the commutation of the death sentence of one to life imprisonment. Today, several have been released, but some still remain behind bars. Ahead of the Punjab poll, BJP's Punjab in charge Gajendra Singh Shekhawat assured Sikh bodies that the centre would work towards enacting the 2019 notification. Who are the prisoners and what are Sikh organizations demanding? We explain. In the Kumaon Hills, there is now an underlying fear of Mazhab pe Rajniti, or the politics of religion. Despite all three major contenders, the BJP, the Congress and the AAP, focusing on outsiders and promising to reserve jobs for locals, the issues of the small but diverse Muslim population don't figure anywhere. Meanwhile, some locals fear that the BJP RSS is trying to take over their faith. In fact, BJP leaders admit that they are worried about the Dalits, who form 19% of the population, turning away in the long run over issues like vegetarianism and young Thakur party workers' aggression. While Prime Minister Modi has rejected allegations that the CBI and the Enforcement Directorate tend to target opposition leaders, particularly around election season, a quick perusal of these central agencies' actions in recent times tell a whole different story. The most recent example would be the arrest of Punjab Chief Minister Charanjit Singh Channi's nephew Bhupinder Singh in an alleged illegal mining case, the FIR for which was filed in 2018. Meanwhile, just a month ahead of the UP Assembly polls, the IT department searched over 30 premises linked to SP legislator Pushpa Jain on allegations of tax evasion. And finally, Coach friend Didi and now Dronacharya awardee. Boxing coach Sandhya Gurung, who received the Dronacharya last year, has nurtured Tokyo medalist Lovlina Borgohain's early boxing career. Known to go the extra mile to make her trainees feel at home during the national camp, she's particularly popular due to her amicable persona. And that's all for today's Morning Expresso. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe to the Indian Express's YouTube channel for the latest news updates.